So I'm Randy, I'm an alcoholic. And I'm really just blown away with gratitude that I get to be here today and that we get to have this meeting. The room doesn't matter. The step we're on doesn't matter. The noise outside doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that I'm here. That I am here, right now in this room. And you know, we're talking about the second step because we're chronologically going through the steps to have a format, to have an anchor to the conversation. But this is not about learning about the second step. The reason to be here right now is only to be here right now. That's it. There's nothing to get from this meeting. There's nowhere to go. You're not going to learn anything that you don't already know deep down inside of you. If all knowledge and all power is inside of me, what am I coming here for? There's nothing to get. What's needed is true humility and an open mind. The true humility is that all knowledge and all power is not mine. It's mine if I am tapping into it, but it's not my knowledge and my power. It's not because I learned, it's because I got out of the way that all knowledge and all power is open to me in this moment. So what's needed isn't a listening with the mind that's figuring out what I'm saying, because you already know what I'm saying. It's so hard to say that in words that it doesn't sound like I'm going around in a circle. But the reason to be here is to be here. So my body's here. We've just meditated. Did you hear what happened when we meditated? It used to happen at the old coffee shop. We would come in, we would start meditating. The coffee shop would be loud, and everybody be talking out in the hall, in the other room. And then about halfway through the meditation, it would go quiet. Not just in the meditation, in the whole coffee shop. And that kind of happened here today. It was very loud. They were talking, and they were right outside, and we started meditating, and it all went away. And it got very quiet. And that's what has to happen inside of me. I sit down, it's all loud, there's all this talk going on, all the opinions, all the old ideas are swirling around, and I get to sit here and put my attention on something greater than myself and have the experience of it going quiet. So there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to get, there's nothing to know. You're not going to learn anything, but you could have the experience of coming to believe right now that a power greater than yourself can restore you to sanity right now by rightly relating yourself to that higher power. So with an open mind and true humility, could you be with me? Could you help me be here in this room? Could you help me to be the man that you want me to be? Could you make me a channel of your peace? And you're the only one that can do it. I can't do it for you. We can provide an environment where the focus is to be here right now. I can do that part. I can say, hey, I am 100% committed to doing the best I can to be here right now. So that the environment could be set where that is the focus. It sounds like it's a step study because we study steps, but it's not. That's not what's going on here. This is an environment to let go of everything, every story, every old idea, and be present for an hour, hour and a half right now. And that's why we start out with the meditation, to get quiet and then be open to having some guidance right now. In the second step, we read it, I think, last week. The minute I stop arguing, I begin to see and feel. And arguing isn't just against. You can argue for. In your own mind, you can be arguing for a God. You can be arguing against God. It doesn't matter. You're arguing. If you're making a case in your head for or against anything, you're arguing. And it's not about arguing out loud with another person. That doesn't matter. You can argue or not argue. It doesn't matter. The argument's what goes on inside of me. And the minute I stop arguing, I begin to see and feel. I begin to see and feel all power and all knowledge. How badass is that? There's nothing to do to have all power and all knowledge. There's nothing. The thing to do is nothing. That's so crazy. You don't have to work out more. You don't have to change anything to have all knowledge and all power, right? You actually have to do nothing to have all knowledge and all power. You can't think about it. You can't think your way there. You can't read your way there. You can't even pray your way there. Because that prayer that I need all knowledge and all power is a barrier to having all knowledge and all power. Because by praying to have all knowledge and all power, I'm saying I don't have that. And there is a place I can get to someday to have all knowledge and all power, but that's not true. All knowledge and all power is right here, right now. And I have to do nothing. That's the hardest thing for me to do. Because I want to learn it. I want to get somewhere. I want to have it. I want to change everything. Because I'm arguing. I'm arguing with everything in my life. This room's too noisy. There's too much traffic. The chair's not comfortable. There's a whole, always an argument going on. This is the best moment there ever was. There is nothing that needs to change. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. There's a guy that likes to talk about how terrible his wife is. And the only thing I could say to him is, isn't it fantastic that you're in that relationship so we could have this conversation? Because if your wife wasn't that terrible, you would never call me. And you would never be on this path. And so what I think is my biggest problem is my biggest blessing. Just like alcoholism. Worst thing that could happen to a person, to hit a bottom with alcohol or food or gambling or sex or any of those things. Those are terrible things to happen to a person. Except that if it gets you on the path, it's exactly the best thing that could happen to you. So there's no need to argue with your life or your wife or there's nothing to argue with. There's a thank you for reminding me to be on this path. It doesn't always have to be problems. By step 7, having had the awakening of seeing who I am in the first 6 steps, by step 7, I humbly go to this power to be more present with whatever's going on in my life. And so it doesn't have to be problems. It can be good stuff. Except for that, everything is only good and bad because I say so. So there you go, back into the circle again. It's so challenging to talk about it without leaving it. So it's right here, right now. Step 2 is coming to believe. I'm coming to believe. You didn't came to believe. That I'm coming to believe right now, right here, right now, that there's a power, that power is greater than me, and that power is the power that restores me to sanity. It doesn't actually restore me to sanity. It removes the idea of the insane character is not present in the moment that I'm rightly relating myself to my higher power. So I'm not really restored to sanity. I'm in sanity or I'm in disease. And it doesn't get removed or restored. It's there. Anytime I want, I can talk to the crazy guy. I can consult with the crazy. I can argue with my life anytime I want. But it never makes anything better. So anyway, that's a lot out of me. I hope that we can be present. All of us should just be present for the next hour. It doesn't matter what's said. It doesn't matter what's read. It doesn't matter what's done. Just to be here right now for the first time ever is what's offered and what's amazing. And that's where I want